It's like Michelle said, she's just a regular old girl from Kansas. Guys, I'm just a good old country boy down here in Tennessee. And I'm going to even share this with you guys. 6 years ago, I wasn't in the online space. Yes, I've been in the online space, but I'm new to digital marketing. But 6 years ago, I was living in a homeless shelter. I was literally living in a homeless shelter with 17 other men from all across the world. And I'm going to give you a little rundown of how I came about that. So, years ago, before I came into the online space, I spent years working as a welder, certified welder. I was in a department I ran over six other people, trading my time for money like most of us, 6, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, every Saturday. There was a decade for 10 years I worked every Saturday, 6 days a week, at least 10 hours a day. So I was averaging at least 60 hours, about 55 to 60 hours every week at a job. I worked on my wife's, some of our anniversaries, my kids' birthdays. I'm talking about I didn't have a life. Like, and I stayed broke. I was one of those guys who you have to take a pen and paper to Walmart or Costco's, the grocery shop, check my account every time I got gas, check my account every time I had to do anything, and a lot of us do that. Gave this job everything. Never in my wildest dreams thought anything outside of me just preparing for, I'm telling myself maybe in like another 15, 20 years, I'm going to retire. Well, obviously that wasn't the case. I get a call on a Tuesday morning. I come into the office. It's my upline. Basically, they're going into another direction. So my department with the six people I was over was completely being washed out. They didn't give me no time frame. They didn't come to me like a month ago and say, "Hey, we're gonna have to let you go. We're gonna give you time to look for another job, take care of your family." Jobs don't do that, guys. They don't care. That was a hard pill for me to swallow because back in the day, you used to apply for a job. And if you had a job, and if you was going to get another job, you could give them a 2 week notice and they would keep you on the job for 2 weeks and then send you off into the sunset. Now you put in your 2 week notice, you're probably going to be gone within the next 24 to 48 hours. But the fact that when they get ready to fire you, they're not going to give you any notice. And so that's what happened to me. It caught me off guard. I remember being outside the fence in my car crying, just trying to figure it out because I jeopardized my whole family for this job because it's just it was my only source of income. I didn't have a backup plan, and so I remember I hit on hard times because of that, and that's how I got separated from my family. I ended up being homeless for a while, slept in my car, brushed my teeth in Hardee's parking lots. I can go real in depth, man, but I'm just not going to. But I was at rock bottom. I was at a dark period in my life. And I remember being in that shelter. I told myself, I said, man, I kept thinking about how this job done me after me running those numbers and giving them everything. And I said, you know what? I made up in my mind. I just didn't want to work for another job. And so I remember going online on YouTube and I just typed in like how to make money online. And so make a long story short, while I was in a homeless shelter, guys, while I was in a homeless shelter, I joined my first online opportunity and I didn't know anything. And, make a long story short, I did a couple things. I got acclimated. And then this year, January the 13th to be exact, I seen a post, got introduced to digital marketing, came across a post, I joined the program, got access to the community. Everybody was welcoming. And I told myself this, when I went through everything, I realized that, I was needing the skills because even though I was already online, I really wasn't making the income. I was recruiting. I was doing affiliate marketing, network marketing. I even went and got my life insurance license and I was booking appointments doing life insurance, but I still didn't have the time freedom. I might as well would have just been at a job, still doing the same thing because I was spending like 10 or 12 hours a day away from my family. And so I told myself when I went through the training and got introduced, I said, okay, so this is what I'm going to need to build my business. I love the fact that you didn't have to have any tech skills. I love the fact that everything was going to be done around a 2 hour workday, which was definitely new for me. And I love the fact that I was going to be a part of something special, which was the community. And that's why I joined. And so, guys, I tell you this, when I joined this program on January the 15th, I told myself, I said, I want to make six figures because I started in a 90-day run. And I said, I want to make six figures by the end of December. This is what happens when you do not understand the power of social media, platform that has over 5 billion people on it, and digital marketing, an industry that makes over $1 billion. So I was able to hit my first 100 grand in this business, guys. And when I started, I didn't have no experience in digital marketing. I didn't have no following. I wasn't on TikTok. I didn't have any of that stuff. I was able to hit my first six figures in a little bit under 4 months. And then I was able to hit another six figures in August, somewhere around in August, September, actually in August. So 4 months later, I hit another six figures. And the reason why I've been able to do this, guys, is simple.